favorite charity. Has he got what it takes to make it to the million? We're about to find out. Let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? Hey everybody, welcome to the show. How are we doing today? Let's welcome our celebrity contestant, host of E! News, and a good friend, Jason Kennedy, in the house.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, bud?
This is happening. This is real. Wow. Okay.
Of all the places we've hung out, this is one of the strangest.
Yes.
You're here playing for charity.
Yep.
Who are we playing for today?
Charity Water, and I've been a big advocate to bringing clean drinking water to people all around the world. Charity Water specifically, they've funded 23,000 wells and water projects for people. That's 7 million people are going to have access to clean drinking water, and I think that is so important. People need clean drinking water, so I'm honored to be here.
And just think what $1 million would do.
Big. It's going to be huge for them.
That would change. Well, you're about to face 14 questions. The money value is growing from $500 all the way up to that $1 million. You have your 3 lifelines. They're there if you need them.
Oh, I'll need them. I'm going to need them.
I hate to ask. Are you ready?
I'm ready, buddy.
Because this is about to happen whether you like it or not.
Okay.
Well, let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? Start you off $500. Good luck. Here we go. In addition to a dinner suit and a summer suit, all but which of these appear on Esquire's list of 5 suits every man should own? Navy single breast, space suit, dark double breast, charcoal single breast.
Okay. In addition to a dinner suit and a summer suit, all but which of these appear on Esquire's list of 5 suits? I have to wear a lot of suits on E! News.
You're always a sharp dressed man.
Thank you, thank you. All but, let's see. So you got the Navy single breast, the space suit. So I'm gonna go with the space suit. I'm gonna go with the space suit, B.
Final?
Final.
You've never needed that at E! News.
Yeah, I don't think that would look good on the show.
All right, that's right. $500.
All right. That was the threshold I wanted to get past. Because if I didn't get the 500, I go back to the set of E! News and I'm a joke.
No, they told me you could not go back.
Okay, good. All right.
You are not going to be welcome back.
We're cooking, buddy.
Here's your $1,000 question.
All right.
Which pair of phrases best approximates the familiar mating call and response of Strix aluco, the common tawny owl? Is it to wit, to woo, too legit to quit, Marco Polo, you up, who dis?
Listen, I love MC Hammer, so it's not too legit to quit. I know that. You up, who dis? People, they text those things late at night. You shouldn't be doing those things. That's a big no-no. Marco Polo, common game that we played as kids. I'm gonna go with A, to wit, to woo. Final answer.
That's it, $1,000. Third question, we're $2,000.
Okay.
Something that frat boys in upstate New York likely did in the 70s. Greek philosopher Archimedes is rumored to have once done what to celebrate a famous discovery? Held a keg party at Delphi, run naked through Syracuse, played beer pong in Thebes, eaten 20 tacos in Corinth.
Okay, so it would be cold in upstate New York. Running naked would be a good, like, hey, you guys got to do this. So I'm leaning there. But I'm going to.
How confident are you?
I'm pretty confident. You know what? I like B, running naked through Syracuse. Final answer.
Just, you like running naked through Syracuse?
Well, yeah, I do, Chris.
That's correct.
Yes!
You got it.
All right.
$2,000. I think it's safe to say that we are on a roll here. $2,000. When we come back, we're going to get to that $5,000 threshold. That's next. Welcome back to Millionaire. Jason Kennedy from E! News is here playing for his favorite charity. Right now, we're just 3 questions in, $2,000. We can do so much better.
We can, buddy.
All the lifelines are still there, so let's get to it. Let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? $3,000 up next. One of the 3 delegates who signed the Declaration of Independence for the state, who is depicted riding a horse, on Delaware's state quarter? Orange Julius, Julius Caesar, Caesar Rodney, or Rodney Dangerfield?
Okay, Orange Julius. It's definitely not that. I know that. Rodney Dangerfield. Guy never got enough respect. Good man. Caesar Rodney. Julius Caesar. I'm obviously leaning towards B, Julius Caesar. I think I want to ask the audience.
Final?
Final, yeah.
All right, guys. Jason needs some help, so if you would pick up those keypads, enter your votes now. All right, let's take a look at the results. I think maybe this could... Well, 69% said Caesar Rodney.
Caesar Rodney, okay.
By the way, Rodney Dangerfield got 0%.
Still no respect.
Still no respect for Rodney Dangerfield.
Poor guy. Okay, yeah, let's go with C, Caesar Rodney. Final answer. Yeah.
Well done, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Because as it turns out, Julius Caesar did not sign the Declaration of Independence.
He did not. He did.
He was in line, but he did not make it to the front.
I'm on E-News.
If it had been Kim Kardashian, you would have known.
Yes, why didn't we have that?
Sadly. $5,000. Let's get to this threshold right here. Let's raise a glass to the phrase "gone bay," the equivalent of cheers in what language? German, Italian, Chinese, or Russian?
Raise a glass to the phrase "gone bay." Cheers. Okay. Gone bay. I'm leaning towards Chinese.
Okay.
I don't think it's Russian. I've been to Russia. I don't think it's Russia. Almost positive it's not Italian. It's kind of between German and Chinese, but I like C, Chinese.
Okay.
But I'm just not sure yet. Just not sure. So in this case, I don't think my +1 will know. And that's not because I'm not confident in him.
He's just not that smart.
He probably would have gone with Julius Caesar too. So I might have to go with a 50-50. You know what? Let me do my +1. I trust Ryan on this. Let me ask him.
All right, we just completely demeaned him. You want to bring him down?
I think so.
Okay.
He can do it. Yeah, final +1.
All right, Brian, we take everything back.
All right.
We immediately apologize for
Right now. That's smart.
Hey, buddy.
Proud of you, buddy.
I'm sorry.
How are you?
I'm good.
A really awkward moment.
Yeah.
We'll talk after.
But can you help us out?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
Well, I like what you're thinking. Just kind of a common sense to me. B-E-I, they just sounds like the Chinese language, right?
Okay.
It's not German. German, how do I say this? But German has a little harsh sound to it, right? Sometimes?
Okay, well, you've offended people.
Well, you didn't say that, I said that. So.
Okay.
Russian, no, it's definitely not Italian. You just B-E-I.
But in life, I've asked you a lot of things, and I sometimes go, how positive are you? How certain are you? In this situation, how certain are you? Because I don't have time for games right now.
The longer I'm out here, the longer I get to be on.
Actually, we do. We have about a half hour for this game. This is that one time we do have time for a game.
Oh, we do have a little time.
Listen, buddy, I'm proud of you. Just lock in C right now.
C, Chinese?
Yes,
Okay, final answer, Chinese.
Ryan's a little bit smarter than he looks.
Come
That's
on,
right.
baby!
We're still friends. All right, just a little bit smarter. Well done. All right, boys, $5,000 guaranteed. We're going to add to that when we come back. Check out the Millionaire website for great video highlights. $100,000. And learn more about our contestants on our blog. Go to millionairetv.com. Hey everybody, welcome back. Jason Kennedy from E-News is here. Just got to that $5,000 threshold, guaranteeing his charity $5,000, which is great. Remind us again the charity?
It's Charity Water, and they're building clean water wells all around the world.
That's awesome. Well, it's good to have you here.
Thanks, buddy.
We've raised $5,000 guaranteed. You still have one lifeline, so let's add to that. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? $7,000 is what this is worth. In 2001, long before the glory of Millionaire, I hosted what short-lived game show taped at one of Minnesota's most famous attractions. Sad but true. Arch rivals, the Graceland game, Mall Masters, Derby Dash.
Okay, so my best friend used to live in Minnesota, and we would go to the Mall of the Americas, and that was a great spot. I loved it. So immediately my mind's going to see Mall Masters. Now, I followed your career. I'm a big fan. I'm surprised that I don't know this.
I find it hard to believe you wouldn't know this answer immediately.
Don't be offended. Arch rivals doesn't sound right to me. Graceland, nah. Derby Dash, it's not Kentucky. I like Mall Masters. I'm gonna go C, final answer, Mall Masters.
Not many people did like Mall Masters. I'm kind of glad you didn't know this one. That's right.
Nice.
Mall Masters at Mall of America.
Oh.
Luckily, YouTube didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
All right, $7,000. Let's go for 10. Here's your question. Ed Norton's character opens what cult film with the line, "People are always asking me if I know Tyler Durden"? Dazed and Confused, Fight Club, The Big Lebowski, American Psycho.
I love Ed Norton. He's one of my favorites to interview. I wish he made more movies. So immediately, I'm just gonna lock it in right now and say B, Fight Club. Final answer.
He's awesome, great movie. That's right.
Nice.
$10,000.
Get your heart out, Julius Caesar.
That's right. We're way past Caesar.
Way past Caesar.
Get to Ed Norton, that's in your
Yeah.
wheelhouse.
Here we go.
$10,000 for your charity. This is a chance to double it and get to $20,000. Let's do it right here. Which of these Hadids is a late Pritzker Prize-winning architect and not one of a pair of Celebutante sisters or their Real Housewife mom? Zaha Hadid, Gigi Hadid, Yolanda Hadid, Bella Hadid.
Ooh, you knew I was coming on the show. The Hadids, we talk about the Hadids all the time. I know Gigi, Bella, Yolanda. So it's which of these Hadids is a late architect, not one of a pair of Celebutante sisters or the Real Housewife mom. So I think it's right there. I think it's A. Zaha Hadid. Zaha Hadid. Final answer.
That's $20,000.
Come on!
$20,000! And I'm not going to say, it's kind of sad you knew that so well, but you did, and it's worth $20,000. Who knew that knowledge would be worth so much?
Hi, Hadids.
We're going to be right back. More with Jason Kennedy after this.
We're coming on the air because President Trump is about to announce a new strategy on Iran, that he is decertifying the nuclear deal put in place by President Obama and an alliance of nations back in 2015. That deal eased tough economic sanctions on Iran in exchange for severe restrictions on its nuclear weapons program. The UN, our allies, even the president's top advisors all agree that Iran is abiding by the agreement. But President Trump denounced the deal all through the campaign, and he's taking this action today because he doesn't believe it was tough enough on Iran's aggressive foreign policy and ambitious ballistic missile program. I want to bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Carlin. John, the president also promised to rip up the deal on the first day of his presidency, but the action he's taking today doesn't really do that.
This absolutely does not do that, George. This is a halfway measure that gives the president an opportunity to go on record saying he does not like the deal, and at the very least, Iran is violating the spirit of it, but it does not pull out of the agreement. It does not rip it up. Doing so would effectively make what he has called the worst deal ever even worse, because if you remember, Iran got the benefits of this agreement right up front. If they were to rip the agreement up right now, they would be able to go right back to doing what was their part of the agreement, stopping their nuclear program.
Here's the president.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, as President of the United States, my highest obligation is to ensure the safety and security of the American people. History has shown that the longer we ignore a threat, the more dangerous that threat becomes. For this reason, upon taking office, I've ordered a complete strategic review of our policy toward the rogue regime in Iran. That review is now complete. Today, I am announcing our strategy, along with several major steps we are taking to confront the Iranian regime's hostile actions and to ensure that Iran never, and I mean never, acquires a nuclear weapon. Our policy is based on a clear-eyed assessment of the Iranian dictatorship, its sponsorship of terrorism, and its continuing aggression in the Middle East and all around the world. Iran is under the control of a fanatical regime that seized power in 1979 and forced a proud people to submit to its extremist rule. This radical regime has raided the wealth of one of the world's oldest and most vibrant nations and spread death, destruction, and chaos all around the globe. Beginning in 1979, agents of the Iranian regime illegally seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and held more than 60 Americans hostage during the 444 days of the crisis. The Iranian-backed terrorist group Hezbollah twice bombed our embassy in Lebanon, once in 1983 and again in 1984. Another Iranian-supported bombing killed 241 Americans. Service members they were in their barracks in Beirut in 1983. In 1996, the regime directed another bombing of American military housing in Saudi Arabia, murdering 19 Americans in cold blood. Iranian proxies provided training to operatives who were later involved in al-Qaeda's bombing of the American embassies in Kenya, Tanzania, and 2 years later killing 224 people and wounding more than 4,000 others. The regime harbored high-level terrorists in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, including Osama bin Laden's son. In Iraq and Afghanistan, groups supported by Iran have killed hundreds of American military personnel. The Iranian dictatorship's aggression continues to this day. The regime remains the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism and provides assistance to al-Qaeda, the Taliban, Hezbollah, Hamas, and other terrorist networks. It develops, deploys, and proliferates missiles that threaten American troops and our allies. It harasses American ships and threatens freedom of navigation in the Arabian Gulf and in the Red Sea. It imprisons Americans on false charges, and it launches cyber attacks against our critical infrastructure, financial system, and military. The United States is far from the only target of the Iranian dictatorship's long campaign of bloodshed. The regime violently suppresses its own citizens. It shot unarmed student protesters in the street during the Green Revolution. This regime has fueled sectarian violence in Iraq and vicious civil wars in Yemen and Syria. In Syria, the Iranian regime has supported the atrocities of Bashar al-Assad's regime and condoned Assad's use of chemical weapons against helpless civilians, including many, many children. Given the regime's murderous past and present, we should not take lightly its sinister vision for the future. The regime's two favorite chants are death to America and death to Israel. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the United States and the United Nations Security Council sought over many years to stop Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons with a wide array of strong economic sanctions. But the previous administration lifted these sanctions just before what would have been the total collapse of the Iranian regime through the deeply controversial 2015 nuclear deal with Iran. This deal is known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA. As I have said many times, the Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into. The same mindset that produced this deal is responsible for years of terrible trade deals that have sacrificed so many millions of jobs in our country to the benefit of other countries. We need negotiators who will much more strongly represent America's interests. The nuclear deal threw Iran's dictatorship a political and economic lifeline, providing urgently needed relief from the intense domestic pressure